Hi, I'm James Schillinglaw for Insider Travel Report. I'm here with Rainer Jens, who's president of the Family Travel Association. We're going to learn all about that association and more on Insider Travel Report. Now, Rainer, what is the Family Travel Association, or FTA?
Well, the FTA launched in October of 2014, and we really had a single mission in mind, and that was to inspire more families to travel. Really, it's that simple. And what I thought was really important in able to do that was to really bring the industry together first and foremost, to create a coalition where together we would create programs that would ultimately have that outcome. In other words, get the consumers, get parents more information about all the different types of things they can be doing with their kids. And then, of course, get them inspired to want to take those vacations of a lifetime and really learn more about what all is out there.
Now, who is the membership of FTA?
Well, really, it's primarily suppliers. So we're talking tour operators, hotel and resorts, the cruise lines, of course. But then we're also working now with the media, like yourselves. We work with trade and consumer media. We have over 120 bloggers, professional media insiders who really know family travel well. And then more recently, we started bringing on board travel agents. They've been with us really since the beginning, but we learned that it was important that we also inform and inspire the travel advisor community, because they too really need more information about what is going on out there when it comes to family travel and all the different types of products and services there are.
And indeed, there are a lot of family travel specialists who are travel advisors, and we cater to them as well. Now, this past year, you had a conference, a large conference out in, I believe it was Bermuda, right? Can you tell us a little bit about how that went?
Yeah, thanks. It was our fourth one. So we started at a dude ranch in Montana back in late 2014, and we brought together really the key stakeholders and influencers in family travel. And we really treated it like a TED conference in a way, where we wanted to share best practices, provide really kind of educating ourselves on how to develop product, meaningful experiences for families, because there's so much we can learn from one another. For example, there was really no comprehensive, coherent research done on family travel until we really launched in 2014. So for the last 5 years, we've been doing pretty comprehensive, extensive research with our partners at NYU. We actually partnered also with Travel and Leisure this past year, and so we'll be doing our fifth study. So we think that we really have a better grasp and understanding of the consumer, and it's important that we share that information with industry insiders and amongst our membership, so again, we can develop a better product and better services for the consumer.
And indeed, your most recent survey, you had some numbers specifically about both suppliers and travel advisors, right?
Yeah, interestingly, the study is really meant to for us to understand behaviors and attitudes, of course, of parents and the consumer. But we decided to have a little fun, and we asked them to give the industry a grade. Everything from airlines to hotels to restaurants, cruise lines, and that included travel agents. And interestingly, among the national survey, among all the respondents, the average grade for a travel advisor was only a B-, which was one of the lower grades that was on par with the airlines.
Well, so go back to the professor for more help, I guess, right?
Well, the good news is for those that have used travel advisors, and that's only about 20% of families these days, so there's definitely room for growth and opportunity to get new clients. But for those that have used travel advisors, that grade elevated to a B+, which was among the highest of the industry. So that really told us that there's perhaps a bit of a perception reality issue going on. In other words, many people think they may not need travel agents, and they're really not of high value. But for those that have used them, I guess they've had a pretty good experience since the grade seems to
it's interesting because that's the case that in terms of with millennials too. I think there are surveys that have shown that those who use travel agents give them a higher grade than those who haven't. But one of the things I do want to ask you is you have another conference coming up this year, and tell us a little bit about where that's going to be.
Yeah, that's going to be in South Dakota, and I don't think there's too many conferences going on in that.
I don't think I've ever been to a conference in South Dakota. I got to be honest with you.
Well, honestly, that's kind of our intention. That's our point. We like to highlight, like Bermuda, like Montana a few years earlier, and Tucson, Arizona. We like to feature the conference in an environment that's really a great family travel destination. So South Dakota is immensely popular with families, particularly road trips. And, not everyone in the industry has spent a lot of time or even been to South Dakota. And there's so many great things there.
So beyond Mount Rushmore, right?
Beyond Mount Rushmore, yeah, we're going to have the entire Custer State Park Resort to ourselves. They have this fantastic buffalo roundup, so we'll be taking all of our delegates into the plains, into the park to kind of experience and get close with buffalo. We'll experience Native American culture, and that's certainly something that families see and experience when they're there. But really, the type of environment we try to create with our conference is one where, whether you're Royal Caribbean Cruise Line or Royal Zambezi Lodge, you're there together. You have common interests in serving families. Very different types of organizations. We bring the media, our agents and suppliers together, and again, really kind of create an environment where we're sharing information and providing each other with more inspiration. And we have workshops, keynote presentations, and we'll have an FTA honors reception and dinner at Mount Rushmore, in fact, on our closing night, and that should be extra special and a great environment to celebrate some of the best in our industry.
Well, thank you very much for filling us in on the Family Travel Association, FTA. I hope I can join you for that roundup of buffalo someday out in the plains there and see Mount Rushmore. But good luck with the association going forward, and we look for more to come.
Yeah, thank you. And we'll reserve that seat for you, so we'll look forward to having
Or that horse, as I said.
Oh, that horse. It'll be in a Jeep, actually, but we'll hold it for you.
Great. Thanks very much.
All right.
I'm James Schillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.